The Nintendo Gamecube was released in September 2001 and was the first ever Nintendo console not to launch the Mario game. Many people think the Gamecube has been the worst Nintendo console to date, but many people like me are quick to disagree. This will be a list of the top 10 best Gamecube games in my personal opinion. Please keep in mind that these are my favorite games and they may not be yours. And just because a game is not on this list doesn't mean that I think it's bad. So hey, I'm the Colonies and let's get started. Super Monkey Ball 2. This game just brings back the memories. This is truly a definition of what a great sequel is. It does nothing but improve on the first game. In an industry nowadays that just spits out pointless sequels again and again and again, it's really nice to sit back and appreciate a game like Super Monkey Ball 2. See, what Sega understands that a lot of companies don't, is that if you just keep putting out, repetitive sequels, no one's going to care. But when you actually take time with the game, improve it greatly, and, improve on the little things that the fans want in the game, then it's going to become an instant classic, and that's exactly what Monkey Ball 2 is. Animal Crossing. This was a game that I could understand. At a younger age, playing games, it was hard for me to find games that were really truly simple that I could really enjoy, and this was one of them. With many games like Mario Sunshine and Luigis Mansion, they were very hard for me to understand and be able to spend a lot of time playing at a younger age. I guess this game was great for me, just to spend time playing games, as something I love to do. It was simple, it was fun, it was addictive, and it will always be a classic. One of my favorites for sure. Pikmin. Okay, before we even start talking about this game, I know many people will be surprised that I chose 1 over 2. And to be honest, I have never played Pikmin 2. So until the day I do, my number 8 GameCube game will always be Pikmin 1. I love the way it blends strategic aspects and simplistic gameplay. Truly a great masterpiece from the mind of Miyamoto. It just seems to amaze me every time he creates another one of these franchises how it can blend different styles of gameplay in a way we've never seen before. This is truly a magical game, and I love the aspects of it. I love how the day system works, how you're always on the clock, how you always feel pressure to return your Pikmin home. This is really a great game, and I love it a lot. Super Mario Strikers. I know what you're thinking. Colin, how could you put a sports game on this list? Well, this just isn't any sports game. This is Super Mario Strikers, and it's an instant classic. It's been made very famous because of its great gameplay, its strategic atmosphere, and its intense matches that it creates. This game is highly regarded by any sports players because it's not just a regular soccer game, it's not a soccer sim, it's not like a FIFA type game. It's really just an awesome soccer game taken to the extreme by Mario. Hardly even a soccer game at this point. It's been made better by a few things. Number 1, the power-ups. These add a whole new level to the game that have never been seen before in a soccer game. I really truly believe this game is one of the greatest on the GameCube, and if you haven't tried it before, you should check it out, and maybe you'll agree. Metroid Prime. This game is truly fantastic. It pushes the boundaries of everything that we have known ever about gaming. This is the game that showed everyone, including Nintendo, that Retro Studios was truly something special and a force in the industry. I played it for the first time recently and was blown away. I'm really looking forward to playing a sequel, and let's hope for a Wii U remake or sequel. This game truly pushes the boundaries of everything about gaming. The graphical capabilities, the audio, the atmosphere, the intensity, the gameplay. It is just truly amazing and one of the greatest games of all time. Mario Kart Double Dash. Mario Kart. How many fun times I've had with you. There's one feature of this game that sets it apart from the rest of the games in the franchise, the 2-player karts. Growing up with sister and a brother and many other siblings always wanting to play, this made an easy, fun way to team up against or with each other. The 2-player karts also make it one of the most fun Mario Karts to watch. If you have ever seen the Runaway Guys Double Dash Invitational, you know what I'm talking about. This game added loads of new features into the game never before seen. New items, new tracks, new courses, new everything. It was awesome. This game is truly epic multiplayer fun, and I definitely recommend you play it at a next party. Luigis Mansion. You all knew this was coming. The underdog story of the underappreciated brother finally gets his spotlight. Or does he? This game came out to less than critically acclaimed reviews. It was a tough break for Luigi, because his first gig was in the absence of his big brother for the first ever time. Nintendo took a risk with starring Luigi, but it took even more of a risk to star him in this kind of environment. See, this is not a Mario game. This is nothing like a normal Nintendo game at all. Luigi is in this dark, creepy environment instead of this cheery, happy-go-lucky environment we're used to seeing from the brothers. That's what makes this game so special. It's very different, dynamic, unique gameplay features, just set it apart from any other game I've really ever played. It's funny how Nintendo can pull off such a childish, happy feel in a game that's so not. This is an amazing game from Nintendo and truly shows what they're capable of. No matter what the reviewers say, this is a great game and deserves to be treated like a classic. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Where do I begin with this one? What can I say that others haven't said before me? Greatest fighting game of all time? In my opinion, yes. There's something about Smash Bros. That cannot be emulated, even though many have tried. PlayStation All-Stars. How is it that a game that is so easy for anybody to pick up and play can also be played at the highest level of competition? It's a formula that has been almost perfected with Melee. So grab a controller and play some Smash with your friends, cause it's a great time every time. Super Mario Sunshine. Perhaps the most controversial Mario game in the franchise's history. Loved by many, hated by many. It's the Nintendo Gamecube Super Mario Sunshine. Chances are, if you grew up with the Gamecube, it might be your favorite. And if the SNES was your first toy, it might be your least favorite. See, this isn't your average Mario game, a running theme on the Gamecube. It isn't the Mushroom Kingdom, and there isn't a long jump. Instead, these things are replaced by a tropical paradise and a water-squirting jetpack. Another reason for such harsh criticism is that it's the successor to the legendary and revolutionary Super Mario 64. How do you follow up on a game that is considered to be the greatest of all time to many? Should Nintendo have made a generic sequel to Mario 64? I don't think so, and many gamers would agree. You have to understand that Nintendo sees things in the long term, unlike many others. They understand to make games like Mario Galaxy, you first have to make changes with a game like Mario Sunshine. Sure, it may have made fans happy right away to see such a close sequel, but in reality, we got a great game. This is why Mario Sunshine is the second best Nintendo GameCube game of all time. Paper Mario, The 1,000-Year Door. Bet you weren't expecting to see this one, were you? Well, let me explain. There's a reason why this game is so special to me. See, when this game came out, I was a pretty young kid. Going in the first grade, I was just learning how to read. If you have played it, or any RPG for that matter, then you know they tend to be very dialogue heavy. While some may not like that, I loved it. And this game is where I developed my love for reading, RPGs, and games in general. Although I may have never beat this game until a few years ago, I've certainly played more of it than any other game ever. It has a very addicting formula that is hard to replicate. This is truly the definition of what a great sequel should do. It improves on the first game by leaps and bounds, and added depth to a franchise never thought possible before. When you see a franchise like Paper Mario on paper, no pun intended, you might think that it would be a dumbed down version of an RPG, but it's the complete opposite. Instead, Nintendo went way further than anyone's expectations and blew the minds of millions of RPG fans. I believe what separates this game from many others is your party members. Every area you explore through the game, you collect a crystal star and a very unique and in-depth character, each with amazing personalities. And at times in the game, it feels like you feel for the character, like you know them in real life as a close friend. The one I always liked the most was Koops, a father that had lost his son on a mission to the dragon Hooktail. I won't spoil his story for you, but trust me, it's a great storyline that cannot be missed. This is why I think this game is the greatest GameCube game of all time. It's certainly number 1 on my list. Maybe it's not number 1 on yours, but you should try it out anyways.